Dan McTeague is a Senior Petroleum Analyst, and he also manages GasWizard.ca, which helps drivers know which way the prices at the pumps are headed. All right, take it away, Dan.
Well, thank you very much, Nima. Listen, it's going to be a very interesting week at the pumps. A lot of people are looking at gas prices and scratching their heads saying, hang on a second, this time last week we were approaching and breaking through all-time records. Vancouver, of course, was at the $1.64 range. Alberta, Calgary, and Edmonton about $1.43 and $1.41 respectively. Same for Regina, Saskatoon. Winnipeg a little lower at $1.42.41. Here in Ontario, you're looking at prices that started the week at $1.49.9 this morning, dropping to $1.44.9. And the fact is, with Montreal at 157, the Maritimes at, especially Newfoundland, at $1.61, we're now down about 4 or 5 cents a liter from where we were. And as a result of that, many people asking the question, why? Simple answer, Joe Biden is not producing enough oil. And he's basically made it very difficult for American oil producers and natural gas producers to get their product to market. He's now gone cap in hand originally. Now he's come with a bit of a more emphatic, I want you, OPEC, as a cartel to produce more oil. The response has been predictable and forceful. And it was simply that, Mr. Biden, your country was the #1 producer of oil before this pandemic. It's no longer the #1 producer. You're short 1.5 million barrels a day production. Maybe you want to talk about blocking pipelines. Perhaps you want to talk about moratoriums on where to drill. Perhaps you even may want to back off the SEC and their investigation on oil producers and the effect on carbon. Of course, this is all being shrouded in the COP26 Gabfest, where we're seeing yet again world leaders coming in, lecturing everybody about not using oil and gas, yet asking the world to produce more. The hypocrisy is obvious, but the reality is that for Canadians, the price of gasoline, we're getting a bit of a respite this week. We're going to see a bit of a drop, but that's it. Unless the President of the United States releases the Strategic Petroleum Reserve, oil that's held in the caverns, the old salt caverns in Louisiana, unless he's prepared to release that, which could have enormous negative effects for America because it's not an infinite amount of fuel and oil, he's likely to cause an even greater increase in the price of gasoline. We're seeing oil prices this morning moving up about $2.50 a barrel because he's not moving. The problem with the Biden administration, as with many of the green prime ministers, presidents, and leaders around the world, is that they demand one thing and reality is really forcing them to do another. For many consumers, it's not lost on them. The cost of fuel is morphing into a higher cost for food, a higher cost for construction, a higher cost pretty much for everything that we do. Well, at the same time here in Canada, because we're not selling enough of our natural gas and oil, we have a federal government that is continuing down this road of demonizing our #1 economic sector. We're seeing weakness in the Canadian dollar. It should be trading at par. What does that mean? All of our products are priced in US terms, in US dollars. So when the Canadian dollar doesn't keep on track, it ultimately means that we get a pay cut in ways that we can't possibly imagine. Little wonder that experts are scratching their head trying to figure out why inflation is so high in Canada. So for the forecast for the week ahead, let me just say gas prices are likely to go back up 4 to 5 cents a liter. Take advantage of the prices today, that being Friday and Saturday, because starting Sunday and all the way into this time next week, when we do this again, you're going to see prices move right back up to where they were, potentially leading by Remembrance Day, as I've said earlier, to even higher prices. All told, it's going to be a very bumpy ride for consumers. It's not over yet. Can hardly wait for the federal government to add more carbon taxes come April Fool's Day, April 1st. And then again, let's not forget the Clean Fuel Standard, December 1st, 2022, 16 to 18 cents a liter. Fasten your seatbelts. The cost of living is going to go through the roof. Nima, that's pretty much it for the week. Thank you again. Back to you.